this. You ever heard of Brandon Rose, man?
I have. I met him not too long ago. We were both playing at a church called Triumph together. He was over there for a minute at the same time I was there.
So you just recently met him?
Yep, probably about 4 months ago.
Wow, that is so surprising because that's when that's when I beast too. I mean, if I was right now, if I was to put a 5-man squad together of beast, because you got like the Chicago boys, they known for having beasts. You know what I'm saying? Detroit ain't too much known for having beasts, even though we got the best bass players in the world, but I'm just like talking about sitting at a cipher. You know what a bass cipher is? Like 5 bass players get together and pass licks around. If I had put me about 5 of them, Detroit bass players in the cipher, I would like to hear young cats. I'd like to hear like Snoop, you, Brandon. Ladies and gentlemen, bass players around the world, Detroit bass players, welcome to the basement. That's BASSMINT. And with us, that was totally awesome. Tell us your name, sir.
Thank you. Bino Brinkley, better known as Bino.
Bino, now that's B-I-N-O, not B-E-E-N-O, Bino. Man, welcome to the basement, man. Thanks for coming. Been trying to get you in this basement for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And he finally made it. Thank you for coming, man. And I got some questions to ask you, but before I get to that, let me introduce the rest of the squad. You know, we like a basketball team, man. We got the starters and the reserves in here, folks, for real. So to my Fred hand side, tell us your name, sir.
Which one? Would you like Pope
All
Star,
12 of them.
Delicious,
All 12.
Pope-natic, Poperica, and all of them popes.
Right. And then next to him, tell us your name.
Chris Snyder.
Both of these guys are alumni in the basement. One has been interviewed, the other has not. He will today, though.
Yes, sir.
Apparently.
Okay, and next to him, tell us your name.
Terrence Hamlet.
Yeah.
Another Detroit bass player. All Detroit bass players in here,
Student.
even though we're not from Detroit. Tell us your name, sir.
Oh, I'm Lonnie, the one, Motley.
Lonnie, the one, the man, the legend.
The one, not the other. I'm gonna get it to you. The other one.
Not the other one,
Not the other one.
but the one.
For real, this the dude played with everybody. The Parliaments,
Name 'em, please.
Chaka Khan, the Dash Band, the list goes on and on and on. And we did an interview with him a while back, a few years, like 5 years ago.
Longer.
At the time.
It was longer.
And then, so we're going to be updating that interview. But go check out the one we got. He got a documentary coming out too. When
New
is that
CD
gonna-
release. It's called Covering All Bases.
No pun intended, folks. So check that out. Lonnie, the one Motley, on our YouTube show. And then next to him, tell us your name.
John Scheidler,
Yeah.
a.k.a. JJS.
JJS, another Detroit bass player, and also the
President.
current administrator of Detroit Bass Players on Facebook, which is a worldwide page that people love to come in. So this is the guys controlling the page. And also, we're going to be doing an interview with him. And then next to him, tell us your name.
Reginald Canty.
Reginald Canty, the owner of The Basement. That's BASSMINT. And he's also administrator for that Facebook page. As am I, and I am Big Eye, but I don't show my face because it's made for radio, and there's a warrant for my arrest. So I'm gonna keep my face up. You know what I'm saying? So sorry for that long introduction, but you know I gotta introduce the rest of the squad always. Again, welcome to The Basement, Bino Brinkley. My first question I always like to ask is, when did you start playing the bass and why?
I started playing the bass, I was 10 years old. And I started because we had a little band. My dad had a group between me and my brothers and some of our cousins. And basically, we had a bass player. He kept crying about his fingers was hurting, he was bleeding and stuff. So I was like, let me try it. Like, it just looked easy. So so I picked it up, learned my first song, and that was it. I just started, but I was 10 years old.
What was the first song you learned, if you remember?
It was called Heart and Soul by the Winans.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, no, I'm not trying to say your dad's name it's not Joe Jackson, is it?
Oh, no.
Because the dude was bleeding. Y'all got the dude bleeding on the bass.
No, he wasn't that way. He wasn't.
Do you come from a musical family? Because I've heard that name Brinkley, the Brinkley Singers. You any?
Yeah, I do. My dad, he's actually a recording artist. He has 3 albums out. His name is Derek Brinkley.
So he wanted.
Yeah. Okay. So you know everybody. All 24 of them.
Wow.
So Derek Brinkley is one of the Brinkley Singers, right?
Yep.
Man, I heard this cut. You know, I was doing some research on you. You know, I like to be informed so I can be a professional when I interview, you know, squeeze all the information out of. I heard this song from back in the day was with him and a dude named Jeffrey Brinkley. Is that a relative too?
That's my uncle. Yep.
They did this song. It was gospel, but it was like hip. You know what I'm saying? And the bass player was killing it. You know the song I'm talking about?
Man, they got so many records. I'd have to hear it. Yeah.
It's called I Love Jesus or something. I mean, it's like whoever that was on bass, it seemed like it's old though, so I know it couldn't be you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know who they bass players were back in the day?
Don't. They ran through so many different bass players. I have no idea.
Well,
Fred played with him.
Yep.
Fred Hammond played with the.
Yeah, he went to Mumford too.
Yeah. Well, you know, we got killers in Detroit. No disrespect to anybody else on any other cities and towns, but Detroit got some killers, and I'm gonna get back to that. And you one of them, and I'm gonna explain why.
Appreciate it.
I was trying to get you in the basement. One of my good friends, Earl Davis, has a channel called Max Proud. And he ran into you in the music store sampling one of those cheap Music Man basses. Cost $319.
Hey,
He said cheap.
Right, but
That one don't look cheap.
okay, I'm about to compliment the bass, okay? Give me a chance. The bass cost $319. But when this dude was playing on it, I want that same bass. You know what I'm
that
saying?
was the black one you were playing.
Yeah, I want that same bass because he making it sound like,
Yep.
but I'm sure you put him on any bass, kind of like you, Pope, and you that I know of. You put him on any bass, it ain't the bass, it's the bass player. You know. So then the next time I saw you was at Detroit Bass Day. That's a show Kern Bradley puts on. We did at Dime, and I was like, "Who is that dude?" Because just listening to your line, certain people you hear, and even if they just play E to D,
It's a
they
way.
sound different than other people doing the same exact thing. I was like, "Who's that dude on the bass?" They said, "They said that's Bino," and that's when I put two and two together. I didn't get to meet you then, so I started hunting this dude down, kind of like stalkish, like how can I get a hold? I know a lot of bass players, so I'ma find you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got a hold.
Out your window, he looking in.
I got a hold of the right bass player to. I like get a dude a message, man. Tell him, let me have his thingy, and tell him to call me. And that was Snoop. Another one of our beasts, for those who don't know, Snoop Evans, the second, is a killer bass player, and he finally got that to happen. Thank you, Snoop, for making that happen. When you first started at 10 years old, your father y'all was in a group and stuff. Who else did you play with? Did you start playing with people that we might be familiar with?
Well, yeah, kind of, sort of. My dad at the time, he was writing a lot of stage plays, and they were doing pretty good. They were traveling a lot, and they would a lot of times they would have different nationals come in as like a draw card for the plays. So they had people like Shirley Murdoch, Casey and JoJo, Drew Hill, all of that type of stuff. So during those times, I was touring with them on bass. I was like probably about 14 or 15. So a lot of those artists that was coming through, I was able to play, they favorite jams with them, at an early age, just for that reason.
That is awesome, man. So then now you get to, I don't know if this is the right way to ask it, but why did you start getting so good? I mean, you know what I mean? Why couldn't you just stay regular? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to disrespect you or anything. I'm just take it as a compliment. It's like why you start. Bass players, if I metaphorically speak, a staircase, and you walk up. Bass players walk up the stair. Some bass players just stop at the third step and stay there. Some of them go to the fifth step and stay there. People like me, I went up to the seventh step, but then I decided to come back down to the third step. and people like you, y'all just go up to the 12th step and stay there. Why did you keep going? Why did you elevate your skill set on the bass guitar? That's what I'm trying to ask.
Well, I think originally I had I probably had a bit of an advantage because I was never taught, just bass lines on records. Like my first impression or introduction to bass guitar was a Victor Wooten DVD. So in my mind, I thought that was normal bass playing. Like if you play bass, you gotta play like Victor Wooten. So when I would hear bass lines, like I was young and just, you know, kind of silly, so I would disrespect them. But I'm like, man, they suck, that easy bass line. I'm like, man, how dare you? That's Willie Weeks, or that's you know what I'm saying? All of these great name bass players. That's Billy Graham, you know, all of these ones. So
Larry Graham.
Larry Graham. I'm sorry, thank you, Larry Graham. So at the time, I was just I felt like I was just exposed to a high level of bass playing. And then from there, I was able to, you know, gather some of those skill sets and put them into like my own melodies and stuff that I just hear. So once I tapped into that lane, then it's like I don't really rate myself as a bass player. I just play what I feel.
Right. So you weren't academically trained on the bass. You just listened and figured it out.
Pretty
right?
much. Eventually, I taught myself, like, you know,
How to read.
I got entry level reading skills. But yeah, the chords and all of that stuff that came later. Like I wasn't taught none of that.
And what you're saying is now you respect the pocket and
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I thought they were doing that because they didn't know how to do nothing else. I'm like, oh, they are weak. You know, but once I realized, like, no, that's intentional. Like, listen to the groove, listen to the pulse, how it's not moving. It's like, okay. Makes sense.
yeah, well, I mean, but the bright side of it is that you figure that out. But the first thing to get exposed to Victor Wooten, thinking that's the norm, that's awesome too.
All right.
With Victor, I'm gonna tell you what Victor Wooten did to me. I heard him way back in the on Arsenio,
Yep.
But I purchased this album called Show of Hands.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
And I quit. That's what he made me do.
You quit.
For about 2 seconds, I quit playing the bass. Every song I heard, I'd quit again, cause it was like it's just one dude on the bass, no overdubbing,
Yeah.
and he killing it. And so the different effects Victor had on different bass players made him a bomb, made me quit. You know what I mean? So besides Victor, who are some of your favorite bass players to listen to if you know their names? If you don't know their names, the groups or something.
Hadrian Farad, definitely. Jocko, and it's crazy, I just got up on Jocko. Like literally within the last 2 years. So Jocko, Victor Wooten, of course, Hadrian, and as far as like hometown people, I definitely have to say Snoop. I listened to Snoop a whole lot when I was, you know, figuring it out. Like he's a beast. And it's a lot of beasts, but those are the ones that I listen to most.
Right. Those are some of your favorite bass players of all time. Anybody mentor you as far as, or was it just the Victor CD that mentored you and got you started?
It was honestly mainly the Victor CD. Like I never really had it's a few people, couple older guys that'll come around and they'll teach me a little structure, but it wasn't on bass. It'll be like a keyboard player, you know, or somebody play a different instrument. They like, you know.
Yeah, I can imagine instructor coming, get ready to teach you a lesson and hear you play and just walk back out of the room. Here's a refund.
You haven't paid me.
No, I'm just kidding, but I do wonder about. I've heard you do a whole bunch of stuff. You didn't really show your skill set on that intro, folks. If you want to see this guy do some other stuff, you're gonna have to go to YouTube and all this kind of stuff and just check it out. People
and buy the bass album. It's a lot of good stuff on there.
I'm gonna talk. We're gonna talk about that in a second. People always say that I talk a lot, and some people say, "What's the letters? STFU." That's what they be saying to me because they
Send that to you.
they say I talk too much. Like, let the dude play. I'm like, this show is not about this dude or these dudes playing. If you want to see them play, go to their shows and go buy their CDs and go buy their album. I'm just trying to get his story out of him. You know what I mean? But I can listen to you all day. But what I want to say was, okay, some of these lines that you do, like, do you know what they are? Like, do you know that, okay, that's a major 7th, or that's a G alt 13th, or that's a melodic minor Phrygian flat third. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
For the most part, some of them get beyond me. Some of the stuff I am playing by ear, but you know, a lot of the major, minor, diminished, whole tone, all that stuff, I know all of those.
Oh, and how do you put that together? You just put your melodies together and analyze them later. You know what I'm saying?
It comes in different ways, like depending on the music. Like if it's super complicated to where I can't hear or feel anything, then I'll just play the shapes that I know work. You know, but if it's something that I can hear and I can identify with, then you know I'll use the skill set, but also just be playing by ear, playing what I feel.
Okay, that is awesome, man. Okay, so another thing, I was listening to some of your music. You have this new song out called. Tell us the name of your song.
It's called Miracles. I'm not playing bass on there. I'm actually singing on there, so that's a separate thing. But yeah, it's a single called Miracles. It's an inspirational record. It's on Amazon, iTunes, everywhere that you could buy digital music.
Okay, so let's just check out a little bit of it right now.
I wanna write a song that heals the broken heart, gives hope for tomorrow, ignites a brand new start. And I know I don't deserve to even be used by you. I'm grateful that your love is not based on what I do. So I lean on your love that never fails. I wanna sing of your love for someone else. And even though I am in the darkest place of my life, I still believe in miracles. I believe in miracles. I wanna heal the sick, I wanna raise the dead, open blinded eyes and do everything you said. And I know I have the power to do everything I should, because I'm blessed with your anointing, whether if I'm bad or good. So I lean on your love that never fails. I wanna sing of your love for someone else. And even though I am in the darkest place of my life, I still believe in miracles. I believe in miracles. In miracles. Miracles, miracles. Oh, I believe 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 in miracles. So I lean on your love that never fails. I wanna sing of your love for someone else. And even though I am in the darkest place of my life, I still believe. I believe in miracles. In miracles. I believe in miracles.
Now that was awesome, man. But I did hear some nice bass fills in there near the end, some awesome fills and stuff. But so you sing on that now. You like singing?
I do. I enjoy singing.
Are you going to be doing a singing album with just singing and gospel music? Are you gospel artists? That's your direction?
Well, right now I'm actually doing both at the same time. Like I'm doing a bass album. Well, it's actually done. It should be out within like the next 2 or 3 days. That album is called 16. It's 16 tracks of nothing but just bass guitar and drums, basically. And then on a separate album, I am singing on it. As of right now, I just have the single for that album, but that'll be just a 5-song little EP. So maybe not an album, just an EP with that. But the bass album, that's a full 16-track album.
Okay, and I also heard you on another. Again, you can find Miracles on all the streaming services.
Yep.
Amazon, you on Tidal yet? They giving you some money?
Yep, Spotify.
Spotify, all the good ones, right?
Yep.
I also heard you on some other tracks, somebody named LeBron Brinkley, right?
Oh yeah, that's my little brother.
He can sing his butt off,
Yeah,
man. And so who else in your sibling set got CDs and albums out? I'm gonna start calling y'all the Winans in a minute.
Well, right now it's just me and my dad, of course. I'm working on some stuff for my little brother. He'll be putting out some singing albums pretty soon, maybe like within the next year and a half. But yeah.
Okay, so folks, go support your up and coming artists. Some of these tracks, all they want is 99 cents. Jeez, 99 cents. That's not even $1. It's like 99 cents per track.
That's not a honey bun.
You're right. And if you heard that track, it's really nice. I like it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking forward to hearing some more of the stuff. And I'm really looking forward to the bass CD, because I don't even know what you call music nowadays. The bass songs, tracks. Yeah, because I'm a huge fan of bass stuff. And like I told you, I'm a huge fan of yours. And it's not just because I weigh 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying? I like your approach to it. And I'm going to be stealing some of your licks too, by the way.
Man, you can take them.
Look, for you bass players, if you want to up your skill set, YouTube now allows you to slow a track down.
Really?
Yeah, keep the pitch. You know the little wheel. When you're looking at your YouTube, it's a little wheel, and it's called settings. It's the icon for settings, and you go in there. It says speed. It says normal, and then you can slow it down to 0.75, and then 0.5, and then 0.25. 0.25 might not be a little money. It might be a little muddy, but it still keeps the same pitch. I'm letting you know now, bro. You can take me to jail now. That's why I got warrants out for my arrest, because I'll be stealing licks from folks. I'm about to slow you down and steal it.
Now I do that same thing with them Hadrian videos.
Oh, yeah.
On YouTube, slow that joint down.
Him and Malamine.
Oh yeah, he crazy too.
Oh yeah, Frederico.
Yeah.
Yeah, them some beats out there. So man, I'm looking forward to that. And you know me, I ain't want to keep you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to tell your story about what you got upcoming,
I appreciate it.
what you did and everything. What kind of bass is that? What kind of bass is that you got there?
It's an American Fender Standard Sunburst. I got it off of where did I get this one from? I got this off of somebody sold this on Facebook, I think.
Really?
Yeah, so I got it for a decent price.
Do you thump or anything like that?
I thump. I'm not a heavy thumper, but yeah, I got a couple slaps.
Let me. Could I just see? Could I just see?
He want to borrow a few notes.
These strings are so deep.
Now, folks, what he's doing, he's tuning his bass using harmonics, and it's called a fifth fret, 7th fret harmonics. Go ahead. Okay, what about the next part?
I don't even think I
It's
know.
been a long time.
Yeah, I ain't played that piece in so long.
Look, I'm telling you. So when you learned it, when you learned the Victor Wooten, did you like have to keep stopping the CD?
Oh, definitely. That up and down stroke. And,
Yeah.
it's not really the stroke that's hard. It's keeping the other strings quiet.
Yep.
Yeah. So did you do what today's youth and us old folks? We can look at YouTube and get a play-by-play on how to do stuff. But when you started listening to it, did you look at the videos or did you just go straight at the CD?
No, I watched the videos. That was the first thing I ever got was a video.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I watched the video. It was I feel like it was like one of his first ones. It was him and his brothers on there.
Yeah. Oh,
JD
yeah.
Blair.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know,
That's the
Reggie.
first one. Yeah.
But yeah, it was killing. But yeah, I watched the videos first.
And figured out how to do it from there.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I can't thump. Listen, you
Man,
know.
man, it's the thumping that I want to do, I can't do.
Okay. What kind of thumping do you want to do?
Victor Wooten still ain't mastered it.
Right.
That's the thump master.
Yeah, that's crazy. I actually like the way his approach to thumping too. I can't do it either. Victor Wooten.
Yeah, ridiculous.
All right, so look, man. Like I said, I ain't want to keep you, man. But I wanted to know if anybody else on the squad had any questions for this fine bass player.
Mine is more like a comment because you said you started playing when you were 10. I started playing when I was like 13. But after I got to a certain point, I decided I needed a formal education to do what I wanted to do. And I thought that was the thing. And you were talking about thumping and slapping because I came around when bass was in its infancy. When I was little, nobody wanted to play it. I was born in 52. It was invented in 51 and nobody wanted to play it until like 62, 63. Nobody wanted to play it. There wasn't no books to show you how to play it. There was no curriculum in school to show how you play it. Here you are with no preparation and your ears just train you and you're doing shit that I can't even understand. Because I stayed away from the plucking stuff and all that stuff because I was trained by upright players. And so I got the pizzicato in this hand. Right. This is the hand for me. If you take and disrupt this hand, blah, 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 and take it somewhere else, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Because so I had to abandon the idea of doing it, and it cost me some work. But what it did, it made me have my own voice. And so that's what I'm trying to tell you, that what you did was the cool road for you to take because it forced you to find your own damn voice. Exactly. A lot of people who listen to Jocko, they can't play without imitating him. Yep. They can't play without being defined by him once they heard him and shit. I love what you did, man.
Wow,
that was the shit, dog. That was the shit.
Man, quit with all that cussing, man. I'm gonna have to put 3 farts on. I'm going for farts. I'm gonna put 3 farts over his. But the other thing about that, when you censor something, they know what it was. So why even censor? You know what I'm saying?
It make want to hear it.
I'm not gonna censor it. I'm not gonna censor it, Reggie. I'm gonna let you. I just can't put it on a particular page.
I got a question.
What's your question?
You got any shows coming up?
I don't. Not as of yet. Right now, I'm just trying to. Once I get this album out, the next few days, I'm gonna try to set up some stuff. But I'll definitely keep you posted.
Music hall.
Yeah, all
Music
that.
hall. Immediately.
Anybody? Any more questions?
Okay, I got a question.
Okay.
Over here, that would be a Pope section over here. All right, I know you said your strings are dead, but what are your normal strings you use?
DRs, the bright DRs.
Oh, okay, you DRs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to use the Federa brand strings, but I can't find them nowhere.
Nope, that's hard to find.
Well, we use those ones behind you. I don't know if you see that.
You ever tried those?
No, but I would.
No, see the
You're right. You
sign.
said, if you got some, I'll take some. Right
Oh, you talking about these?
No, that sign.
The banner behind you.
Oh, right here. Okay.
GHS.
Unfortunately, we don't have no fast strings.
How do I go about getting an endorsement?
Yeah,
That's a good question.
Just people?
Now, there's a one of our videos, that if y'all didn't hear his questions, like how do he go about doing an endorsement? We got big time pros to come here in the basement, like Lonnie.
Well, you see, I have these new strings. They're light as a feather.
Transparent.
Who does not have a string endorsement. but look, we got big time bass players that been in here that have endorsements like Kern Brantley
Or Mike Harrington.
Snoop, Brandon Rose, the list goes on. And that question came up: how do you get an endorsement? It's the same way I got my GHS string endorsement. You contact them, say, hey, look, contact all of them. One of them gonna bite. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Possibly. And you just said, what I mean by contact them, write them a letter or send them a video. Say you trying to get a string endorsement. I give you some names at GHS you can call and tell them Ivan sent you, and then once they see some of your stuff, they might say, you know what, this guy might be able to be a great endorsee for our strings, and then same thing with amplifiers. Contact Norm. It used to be they see you out there and then they come and contact you, Facebook you or email you or whatever the case. Get yourself a website. I know I'm not telling you nothing you don't already know, but for others who are listening, get you a website. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about how we can contact you at the end of this interview, but if you have your own website, then you can put up like a bio thingy and all this kind of stuff, and then okay, and this is how I can contact you. When somebody punches in your name, they hear you say Bino. They go to Google, put in Bino. Your website supposed to be right there. You know what I mean? Bernard Brinkley. Your website supposed to come up, and then your links to all your social media. From that point, even though people might not visit your website as much as they will like Instagram or something, but still you got to have a website. You know what I'm saying? I got a website, had it for 100 years, and it looked like it's 100 years old. And I got a section called payments, so people can give me money all over the world. You know what I mean? Seriously, you got to get the links, have the links to your music and all that kind of stuff. And
talk about that payment thing.
And don't sell short Instagram.
Share the wealth.
I'm a semi-professional fisherman, and all of my endorsements came pretty much through Instagram. So if you're out, promoting a company's products and you've got, X number of followers, they're not going to ignore that fact. So
another question I have: do you teach? Do you have?
I don't got like any professional lessons or anything like set up like that. I don't have a building, but I teach lessons on the side, different people here and there.
Yeah, that's straight up income, bro. I get $15 a day from teaching lessons. My lesson's only $15. You know what I mean? So you get, that all of that stuff, man. You good. I see you. I'm glad you're on the show because. I'm gonna be able to. That's gonna be my claim to fame. It's like I'm like,
Guess what I had on the show?
Bino. I'm like, you know what? Bino's so successful, right?
because you just found a new manager,
right?
Because he was on my show. I do that. I'm what you call a humble bragger. You know what I'm saying? I do that for everybody that come on this show. Like, you know why he on Little Big Shots, right? Because he was on my show. Well, you know why he considered the best 14-year-old bass player? It's this little dude out there killing called Gabriel Severn. You ever heard of him?
I know him. Yeah,
Gabe's crazy.
He came to the basement, and because he came to the basement, that's how I got Snoop to come. and Mike Harrington.
That was the same day. All of
Yeah, that's the only reason I've been trying to interview them for years, right? And when that little dude came, he was 12 at the time. When he came, I got to kill 2 big names just because he was here. So, and now that dude is like,
He's just everywhere.
he huge now.
He just warmed up Victor Wooten Trio last weekend.
Yeah, he opening up. He opening up. He's like huge, and his skill set is like.
And the little band, the Teen Town Band,
You ever heard that
That's what
stuff?
I'm
that's the name of the band. And they got a page too. Go check them out. They hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why they hot? Because they've been in the basement. You see what I'm saying? I'm just playing, folks. I'm just playing around. That's what I do. I play around and I joke. You know what I mean?
Well, you got to do that. If you ain't having fun with it, what's the point?
Right. When you was playing earlier, that pedal down there, what is that?
It's basically like a looper. I just make like a little groove and then play on top of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Got me a living inside your
Okay. That saxophone player. Violin player. Evan Carr.
Evan Gar, yeah.
You still play with him?
Occasionally. We play in a band called 313 together sometimes.
Oh, okay.
That's the craziest violin player.
Yeah, I've been trying to get him down here too.
Man.
He done blew up now. He all over the place.
Yeah. He doing a bunch.
He from Detroit.
Yes, he is.
The dude is awesome, man.
Yeah, he phenomenal.
Jeez. All right, man. So look, man. Like I said, I ain't want to keep you, but if somebody wanted to contact you and keep up with you and all that kind of stuff, how could they do that?
Well, you can follow me on Instagram. It's Bino BINO _ BEANZ, and I'm on Facebook as well. Bernard Brinkley, BERNARD, Brinkley BRINKLEY.
Okay, that's awesome, man. Like I said, I didn't want to keep you, so could you just play us out, man?
Sure.
You got something for us?
Think of something.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bernard Bino Beans Brinkley.
Oh God.
That's what that hot seat do to people, man. They be,
It's weird.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thank